Okay, just to keep the translation moving while you prepare for next week. Just a small section, 18 lines for this video today. I don't want to overload you with the rest of the literary techniques. So just going over the translation for just the remaining 100 or so lines, which will be less than a handful of lectures to go. So 687. Pater Anchises, at my father. But pater, at pater Anchises. Happily, Litus, happy, literally. Extulit, lifts. We had that word before with Pyrrhus and his sword. Lifts up, or should be lifted up. So lifted. I'll change that. Lifted up his oculos, his eyes ad sidera, towards the stars. Masterman's word. Usris, neuter, accusative plural. And he raises, literally stretches his hands in the sky. So just a straight ablative, in the sky. Tendo, tendere, tetendi. So one of those verbs with a reduplicated perfect stem. So he stretches, actually it should be raised. Why if I put this in the present tense? He raised, literally stretched his hands, his palmas, his palms, representing hands, I guess. Must be hands. Kylo in the sky. Cum woke. So very strange how cum here is before woke. So with his voice, understood, saying. So you could say like with these words, something along those lines. Omnipotent Jupiter. So like the word omnipotent. O almighty Jupiter. See, if. You are persuaded. So literally you are turned, like the word inflect, deflect, reflect, etc. So present passive. You are figuratively persuaded. Ulis precibus, by any prayers from humans like me. Look at us, aspice nos, so see us, look towards us. And if, et si, by our piety, pietate, we are deserving. Mere more, so that's a deponent verb. Then only give this omen, O Father. Deinde, then. Tantum, only. Now that can be tantus so great, but it can also be just an adverb meaning only. In this case, that's what it is. Only da, give. Hoc, hoc or hoc, be a hoc. Not sure if it's long by position. Yeah, you just do it scansion. Aspice nos. I think it is. It's long. Yes, I hope. But it would be a hoc because it agrees with auxilium. Just purely in isolation. If you're persuaded by any look at us and invite we're zoning, then only give this omen. Technically help. But yeah, by what it means is omen. That's what the title of this subsection is. O Father, so that's Jupiter. Could be. I'll just write. I just might as well put both epithets. So I'll just write two epithets here. Not a technique, but just handy to know. Epithets for Jupiter. And confirm these omens. Upque, firma, so 6 foot spondy. It's a command, so arte. These omens, haik omnina, men minis. We can actually get the word omen. Men minis is always neuter. The older man had barely, the old man, but technically the older man, senior. So see that comparative ending, ior. understood man. So just it's masculine, feminine. So it's just a man in this case. So it relates to Anchises, just for context. Had barely said, Fatus erat. So see how that last quote, fate related, they deliberate use of forfari fatus, where we get the word fate from. Had spoken, ea is interchanged with illa, those things. Wix, scarcely, barely sounds like I barely had time to do this when this happened. Had barely said these things sounds better. Now, subito usually means suddenly, but it's this one is subitus so it's the ablative of that. So, and with a sudden, fragore, crash. Wondering if that's onomatopoeia. So, like fractus, like very hard letters when something breaks, frango. So fragore is a crash. It thundered on the left. So laewum, we've had that word in relation to the Trojans' minds being ill-fated. So left, unlucky, sinister. It thundered on the left, et, and having fallen, lapsa, I'll scroll down. Right. Having fallen down from the sky. So he's saying, send us a sign. Down from the sky, having fallen de caelo, de plus the ablative, down from the sky, per umbras, per plus the accusative, through the shadows, a stella, where we get the name Stella, and the word stellar with an R on the end. Interstellar, all those sorts of words. Among the stars is what that means when you say something's interstellar. A star, literally leading, PAP, trailing, fax, facis, probably feminine, I'd say, being a third declension noun, which is not dux or rakes, which ends in an X. So it's like a shooting star, and it's leaving a trail of light in its wake. Flew, kukurit, ran. When you talk about something like a star going through the sky, it flies. Flew, cum multa luke. So another example of a third declension noun ending in X, which is feminine, which is what's multa. So with much light. So leaving that trail of light in its tracks. We see that star, kernimus, like the word discern. That's to be able to see differences between certain things, like make good judgments. But this kernimus, we see ilam, that, and that agrees with that would relate to stella, which is feminine. So that understood feminine noun, that star. Labentem agrees with ilam, that falling star. Over, why did I write super? It's super, it is super. It's not, over's not understood. It's just, it is, it just is that. So, right, so over, super plus the accusative, the summa culmina, the highest tops of a roof. You just say rooftops. And bearing its bright self. Is this a queer? Oh, no, and is, yeah, it'd be the queer. And, yeah, literally to bury itself. So whenever you have condo with a reflexive pronoun like say, it means to bury oneself. And what agrees with say is claram. It's bright self. So this is where that falls out of sight. So it goes through the sky and then falls below the horizon, I imagine. Its bright self in the Idaean wood. So Idea silwa. So that would be a 6-foot spondy. So this is just, yeah, just Mount Ida in Crete, near Troy. So just in a wood nearby is what it sort of means. In the Idaean wood, silwa, marking its passages. So signantem, another PAP, like signaling, its ways, its passage, its passages. So yeah, as I say, that trail of light showing where it had come from and its tracks, leaving its tracks. Then the furrow from its long track, a very vivid, just overall, like just very vivid image of this. So see how it has a few lines devoted to it. Then the furrow from its long track. So furrow is like a little ditch. The furrow, the sulcus, from its longo limite, where we get the word limit from, its long track. Dat lucem, gives light, lux lucem, and widely around, circum late, places smoke with sulfur. Oh no, why there? Oh, I see. So it's not places. That places is a noun. So places, they smoke. Yeah. So the places which are smoking sulpure with sulfur. Yeah. Now, the only thing that kind of made sense was for this to be huic. So to this. So in response to this, because the hic just didn't seem to. You could say this father. But huic seemed to make more sense in terms of just in general. I was just an educated guess, but not important because you don't need to know a scene it in terms of the scene translation, but just something in general. So to this, my genitor, my father. Usually that's related to a not an actual father of a son, but just a forefather or an ancestral father, something along the lines of pater Aeneas. So Aeneas is the father of his people rather than the father of Ascanius. My father, but in this case it does mean Anchises. Who is? Yeah, well, he's symbolizes old Troy, and that he's coming with them, and I guess yes, he is father of Trojan people, being Aeneas' father, of course, as well. Indeed, Wero. Now this Victus is having been this agrees with Genitor, so having been conquered, but in this case it's like his mind is conquered, his mind is convinced. So you see that winco, convince. So it's related to conquering. Having been convinced, se tolit, raises himself ad oras, towards the breezes or air or airs. Just give the rest. Oh yeah, there we go. Yep, so we'll just stop there. And I'll just scroll down for the rest here. 704. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Towards the air and que ad fatur ad deos, he speaks to the gods, et, and he worships, like the word adore, the sidus, so as I said, neuter noun, neuter third declension, us ris, they are always neuter, sidus, 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 sidoris, sidera, siderum, ebusibus. So the star, neuter, accusative, singular, as sacred. Oh, so what else? What also tells you? Oh, actually, it could be masculine, but that is neuter, accusative, singular. And the fact that that's sidus in the degrees shows that it must be neuter because that's its first PP, the third declension. One PP, one P. Worships a star as sacred. Now, yam. So just emphasizing the importance of now. There is no delay. Now, est can be he, she, it is, but in this case, there is sounds a lot better. There is no delay. So a sign that Troy can't be saved and we must flee. I follow. Sequor, this is Aeneid speaking, remember, retelling your story. And where you lead, I am present. So, oh, sorry, this is Anchises, but yeah, Aeneas will obviously he's the one who has to lead them all. I follow, and where you lead, qua not a form qui qua quod, I don't think, but just it can mean where. You lead, you plural lead, I am present. So, O gods of my fathers, so patrios is an adjective meaning of one's father. Servate domum, save my home, save my grandson, Ascanius, who will be crowned with flame as a symbol that he will reign in another land. So he'll have power else when they get to Italy as a prophecy or an omen, another omen. I indeed yield my son, so word order. Where's this? So I indeed, there it is. Indeed, equidem. Cato, I yield, I like surrender, give up. Oh, my son, nate. So I forgot this bit. This omen is yours. What is it? Hoc augurium. So something that augurs well, an augur. The augurs. So professed good omen, say for example at a wedding, that that it would be happy and prosperous. Est vestrum, so this is of you. So that, oh no, actually, so yeah, so is, oh no, actually means yours. So yours plural. So est is understood. Que and Troia, oh no, sorry, est is there it is. And Troia and Troy is in your divine will. In vestro numine, so a men minis, third declension noun, which again is a neuter trend with third declension nouns. I indeed yield, O my son, nate, vocative. And where's, neck means and not, and I do not, like we get the word recuse from here, which just can mean refuse. Ire, to go. Tibi, literally for you, but you'd say with you. Commes, as a. So I, a comrade. You can just say as a comrade. Refuse to go or come with you as a comrade. So go with you as a comrade. So that is just the mini section for today, just to move ourselves on in the translation. That is it.